his tee shot at 6. The 35-year-old Masters champion of 2013 sets up another birdie there at 6. 11 times a winner on tour, including here. Now, as we're coming on the air, he drove it into trouble at the 8th. He pitched his 3rd shot to here. This is a long-range attempt at par. And boy, that got away from him too. So Scott is the leader, but he's going to, if he holds that one, fall back into a tie with KJ Choi at 14 under. Choi is also playing the 8th hole. Bubba Watson's 2 back with Jason Kokrak and Chez Reavie. Dustin Johnson just made a birdie a moment ago at the 7th. He's within 3. And McIlroy, after that electrifying start, has given away 3 shots, makes the turn at +1, 9 under for the tournament. Matsuyama also not in sync today. He's over par. So we're going to go live over to the 7th to Bubba. And again, with Scott assured of at least bogey, and Watson is at the moment just 1 off the lead, and he is not going to be happy with that effort. He's so good around the greens. Usually, like we saw yesterday at the 18th, where he made a wonderful up and down for par. But look at the skies. Blue skies, bathing in sunshine, and the final round is coming up next here on CBS. In a city that is always primed for the next great blockbuster, Los Angeles is alive. Rory McIlroy taking the stage in America for the first time this year. Bubba Watson, a creative genius with a long ball legacy. Adam Scott with his exquisite game returning to form. And Dustin Johnson with his California cool demeanor and big game swagger. Leading men in the world of golf. Who claims top billing today at Riviera? So proudly present the final round of the Northern Trust Open. You're looking down at this oasis known as Riviera Country Club. Pacific Palisades, of course, this event part of the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. This should be quite a day here. It's been just a gorgeous week. Beautiful leaderboard to match. And nothing but brilliant blue skies above as we bring you the final round of this historic course that's hosted a U.S. Open back in 1948, a couple of PGA championships. The U.S. Amateur is here next year. And meanwhile, over at 7, Bubba with, again, a poor effort. Away. He's going to wait, put a coin on it, and surrender at least 1 shot there. Earlier, Kokrak, Jason Kokrak, who was the 36-hole leader, had this putt for birdie at the 7th. This to tie the lead. Oh, boy. Three under for the day for the Ohioan. He's staying right in the mix with all these big headliners. Meanwhile, Scott for bogey at the 8th. It's going to be a double. Unbelievable. All set up with his tee shot off the mark. Still, you would have never imagined from his tee shot that he would end up putting down a 6 once he taps this in. Jim Nantz, Sir Nick Fallow, the whole crew on hand again, as CBS has had the great privilege and distinction of broadcasting this tournament for so many years. Back to the old Glenn Campbell days. And Nick, this should be quite a day to watch with so many big guns in the mix and other guys trying to step up and rub elbows with them, sharpen them up a bit, and maybe even topple them at day's end. Here's the course designed by George C. Thomas, the genius, along with Billy Bell back in the 20s. 90 years ago, Tom Fazio with the recent reworking and some of the shaping, bunkering here. It's magnificent. As you look down at this emerald Paradise wedged into Santa Monica Canyon. Let's go back to the 7th, and Bubba stumbling over a couple of shots here on this hole. Greenside, Nick.
Well, there's nothing easy about this golf course today, Jim. I mean, the weather's made it absolutely pristine, but the surfaces are so difficult. The ball is sliding off the greens. The greens are very fast, and there's a little bit of breeze you can see on Bubba's shirt there. So it's just, everything is just, you know, winding these guys up right now.
Co-leader at the 8th is KJ Choi. Waited for a while because of Scott's problems on the hole, so he's got a birdie putt coming up. Let's check this ever-changing leaderboard. 2 are tied. Choi and Kokrak. Adam Scott and Reavie are 1 behind. Watson and Johnson are 2 back. Mark Leishman, runner-up at the Open Championship last year in that playoff. McIlroy surprisingly stumbling back to 9 under par. Luke List having a good day of it, but he's back at 6 under par, and we're going to bring it up live to the 18th tower and welcome Prince Jim Nantz along with the World Golf Hall of Famer Sir Nick Faldo. There was a time, Nick, that after Adam made an eagle, McIlroy made an eagle, Dustin Johnson actually had about a 10-footer at 1 for eagle, 2-putt birdie. There was a moment in time today where we had those 4 megastars, Bubba Watson being the 4th, all tied for the lead. And now it's turbulent out there today, even though the conditions are ideal.
Absolutely. But it's very interesting. You talk about these bombers just occasionally go offline.
Yeah.
And it causes, as you just saw with Adam Scott, a quick double bogey. And look what KJ Choi is doing again. Steady Eddie down the middle on a very tough golf course. And I'm just looking at birdies. Birdies are really few and far between out here. I mean, they're going to hit that run from 12 to 15. It's giving up 1s, 2s, and 3s in birdies so far. So this is a golf course all about positional golf. It's that fantastic. And yes, these guys play some fabulous stuff. If they can keep it in the short grass, then it will get really exciting. But right now, it is all about just managing your game, staying really smart, really sensible, and just plotting. You keep that golf ball 20 feet from the hole, you'll be the champion.
Some of the things we'll be looking for, and one of the many things that people love about Riviera, the golfers love it. You've got exciting holes to watch.
Oh, yeah.
The viewer gets to see how they play the 10th hole. The strategy there is so important. Drivable par 4. Of course, today, a very difficult hole location on the back right of that green. Then you come all the way to the end where there's going to be all, again, changing happening, you know, on that leaderboard on the 2nd 9. You come to 18.
Yeah.
What a great finishing hole here that could decide things in the end.
Well, the great thing that George Thomas did is all about angles. He just twists everything. Obviously, the 10th green is a great example how this green sits nearly, say, 80 degrees to play. So you've got to get yourself in the right place to come up the green. And the 18 looks straight, but it's just got just enough kink in the green, and that hill is very famous because of the Kikuyu grass. It's like a glue wall up there. If you cannot carry that corner, you cannot risk it, because if you get stuck up on that high on that left side, it causes problems. So it's the beauty of this golf course. That's why the players love it. That's why they're here, and it demands the best. You know, the best player's going to win today.
Well, we've got the best out there scattered around the course, and let's introduce you to them now. Gary McCord is at the 16th, and he'll be calling other holes, including that pivotal 10th. Ian Baker Finch is at 17, and again, he'll have 11 and 14 as well. Peter Kostis is walking with one of the last groups, Toddy Pepper as well. Great to have everybody here in Los Angeles for this final round.